Hello, and welcome back to this Trails of Cold Steel Let's Play with me, SLJ RPG. In the last episode, we did our concert, where only one song was actually listenable, which I found to be a huge disappointment. But either way, we came out first in the festival competition for who did the best thing, so now we are invited to a dance, which I'm guessing is going to come up with some bonding stuff for us. If you've been enjoying this, like and subscribe, boost my serotonin a little bit, and I think without any further ado, let's continue.
Oh.
Where's the bonfire? Is it about to be cast? Why not cast fireball is what I say.
Oh, Mother and Grandfather are still here.
My dad, too. And my brother, though I can't imagine why.
Seems like it's a whole narrative get-together.
Elliot, Crow, I just wanted to thank you for everything you've done for us.
Seems about right.
You mean for the concert?
What brought that on? You got so serious there, I was getting kind of scared.
It's just that our performance today never would have been possible without the two of you guiding it along.
Very true.
I wanted to make sure that you knew how much I appreciate you doing that.
Did a good
Damn,
job.
Man. Is making people feel awkward a hobby of yours or something?
It's very true. That is Reen 101.
Aw, it's no big deal. Besides, it was a real team effort. Everyone played a part. I mean, look at you. You were a fountain of good advice through this whole thing. And honestly, I should be the one thanking everyone.
Huh?
You all helped me rediscover just how much music means to me.
I was going to say, enabled him to do music.
Because it's not just about performing by myself. It's about performing together, playing off each other's strengths to make something wonderful. So I should be the one thanking you. This never would have happened if I didn't come to this academy.
Elliot.
Holy hell, are you guys trying to see who can make me cringe the hardest?
Elliot, my boy! Your father's arms are ready and waiting for you to leap into them!
I'm really interested to see how Elliot Craig evolves throughout these. Not Elliot Craig, but Olaf Craig evolves through these games. A weird character of sorts. For sure.
Does he always have to say that stuff so loudly?
Yes.
Sorry, I'll see you later, okay?
Yeah, later.
Is Elise still here? Are the Arnas still here?
This year's festival's been a blast. I'm kind of hoping we can do the same thing next year, too. Though, who knows if Class 7 is even going to exist next year. Crow?
What does he know?
Yeah. Generally, people stay in the same class from their first day to their graduation, but Class 7's basically one giant exception to everything the school's ever done, so who knows?
I guess that has its pluses and its minuses. But no matter what, it's not going to be the same. We won't have you.
If I manage to graduate, at least.
We'll see.
Barring any nasty surprises, I'll be in Class 7 till the end of the month. Which means our time as classmates is almost up.
Now that you mention it, yeah.
We're going to have a little
We'll have
heart
to
to
see
heart.
if we can throw you a farewell party around the end of the month then. Can't let you off easy.
Come on, it's no big deal. Trust me, you're still gonna see more than enough of me next year.
What's he going to be doing?
Sure, I'll have moved out of the dorms, but I'll be sure to stop by once a week to steal some of Sharon's cooking.
You better. Oh, and by the way, I'm not going to have to call you Mr. Armbrust or anything after you graduate, am I? I mean, we've spent so much time together that treating you like a proper adult just wouldn't feel right.
Of course not. And if I ever catch you calling me Mr. Armbrust again, I'm gonna smack you.
I want to know more about Crow's backstory.
Oh, yeah. guess it's about time I gave you this back.
It's going to be the money.
Isn't this...
I completely forgot about it. You've done so much for me since then. Saving Elise, helping with the concert. Compared to all that, 50 mira is nothing.
The feeling's mutual.
Interesting.
Besides, I never return the mirror that I borrow. Makes that coin extra special. So go on, take it.
Is Crow going to be around next game?
Oh, by the way, you know there was interest on this, right? How much do you suppose you really owe me after half a year?
A lot.
Oh man, what kind of racket are you running here anyway? I thought you were supposed to be a good kid.
Well, there's this one second year who's taught me a thing or two about making money. To be honest, it feels kind of lonely to think that everything between us is completely settled and done with.
I don't
So,
think that's ever going to be
what
the
do you
case.
say? You still owe me?
I swear, the things I do for love. All right, you'll get your stupid interest someday. Maybe.
Interest would probably be like 1 mirror. But there you go. Depends when he plays. So we have the dancing. Not sure where the music's coming from. Seems like Milliam is just chatting over with the Icy Maiden herself.
Alphen, I am drawn to the party before us like a moth to a flame, like a starving man to a banquet, like beauty to me. What
Love
say
it.
you we grace the dancers with the gift of our company?
It's as though you read my mind.
We'll see. Oliver is the most fleshed out character out of anyone in this series. Really is impressive how much sway the man has in this world.
Come now, don't waste your time watching. It's time to dance.
No need to worry about formalities tonight. Let's all relax, enjoy ourselves, and maybe let a few secrets slip.
Interesting. We're gonna have the old man making his move on the maid.
Allow me, Sharon, before every red-blooded boy in this school lines up for a chance.
It would be my honor.
Madam Chairman, might I have this dance?
Also interesting.
Of course. Given that our former partners left the dance all too soon, we seem to make for an appropriate pair.
Interesting.
I suppose you're right.
That would be a power-ass couple.
Instructor, I cannot thank you enough for all you've done for my daughter.
This would also be a power couple.
I can, however, ask you for the pleasure of this dance.
Really? Ooh, he's just my type, too. Oh, just talking to myself.
Older, with kids.
Well, I'll be dancing with all my little kittens by the end of the night. But I suppose I can let you take the first dance.
The power couple.
Well, I don't mind. But seeing you in that dress is enough to make any guy feel intimidated.
They waste no time, do they?
Paired off
It's no
like that.
surprise that my grandfather made a beeline for Sharon, but I never expected to see Mother dancing.
In some ways, it seems as though they're younger than we are.
It would seem that way. What's Elise gonna say?
Looks like everyone's having fun, though. Shall we join them?
No.
You've given me more than enough of your time already today. Between showing me around and your incredible concert, you must be exhausted. And besides, I'm sure there's someone else you'd rather dance with here. Why not ask them instead?
She knows. Someone else. These are the choices we have, but you know who we're going to choose.
I knew it. So, I have a potential sister-in-law now, do I?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Still, maybe you're right. Maybe I will go ask her. I do feel kind of bad leaving you here on your own, though.
Sure, Patrick will come.
I'm fine, really. Besides, if you spend all this time worrying about me, the music will be over by the time you ask.
Well, okay.
Here we go.
He's such an idiot.
He really is.
Oh, Elise. Your Highness? The generally accepted strategy here would be to keep his eyes on you, not push him toward another girl's tender embrace.
Weird.
If you were to only gather the courage to ask him, I'm certain that he would be more than accommodating.
Weird.
It's fine. I'm fine, honestly.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. But you know who it's going to be. You know who the game wants it to be.
Elisa.
Rean, is your sister okay?
Yeah. Actually, she's the only reason I had the courage to come over here. Would you dance with me?
What? Me?
Of course.
That was the idea. Is that a no?
All right. Let's get a little closer to the bonfire then.
Of course.
Okay.
Dancing in this world is so shit. 4 steps. Are we going to say anything or just stare at each other? He's going to start stroking her hair again. Is that what's going to happen? She's going to start stroking that hair. Oh, it's very cute. A very cute time had by all.
Everyone's still at it.
I wish I still had that much energy left. Still, it's not like there's a lot more festival to use it on. It's strange. It feels like the whole year's been building up to this festival, but...
Yeah. It felt like it was over in the blink of an eye.
This game did not feel like it was over in a blink of an eye.
Both the festival and the year as a whole.
Lies.
Exactly. It won't be long until the second years graduate, and we'll be in their shoes. Time really does fly, huh?
Yeah. It's hard to believe so many months have passed since we all first met. But I do have to wonder whether any of us have gotten any closer to figuring out what we're going to do with our lives.
I wish I knew. I might have looked confident when I told Mother that I'd show her how to run the company by the time I'd graduated, but that was in the heat of the moment. I honestly don't know whether I'd drive Rhineford straight into the ground or not.
I don't think you would.
How could you know? Still,
there's one thing I do know. No matter how difficult the odds, our class always finds a way through. Growing up should be no different.
Still. You stole my line.
I think you need some new material. I'm getting used to your speeches by now.
Everyone is.
Well, that, and I believe it. I think everything is going to work out as long as our class is together. As long as you and I are together. Forget I said anything.
Elisa.
Rean took Lisa's hand gently in his.
Then let's stay together. We're still looking for our places in the world, but maybe they're right next to each other.
I hope so.
Me too.
Cute. Very cute.
After that, I went back to see Elise.
It's for romance.
But by then, that memorable evening was approaching its end.
Reen? Elise?
Who's this gonna be? The Icy Maiden.
Good evening, Captain. You must be exhausted.
Oh, well, it's not as though I performed on stage in front of an auditorium full of people or anything.
Yep, you weren't that
I
cool.
really enjoyed your concert, by the way. That's the kind of thing that makes me proud to be an alumnus.
She went here. Oh.
What? You were a student here?
That's right. I was part of the Academy's 216th graduating class.
Meaning?
And since you'll be part of its 221st, I suppose that makes me 5 years your senior.
I had no idea. Why didn't you mention it until just now?
Given that we only ever met while you were on your field studies, it didn't seem pertinent.
Is she the
Besides,
brightest from this academy?
Once people graduate, they tend to leave their ties to their school behind. Especially here at Thor's.
Because it's a military academy?
Exactly. Roughly 40% of the graduates here go on to join the military. Not always the same branch or even the same army. About 30% join the Imperial Army, and 10% go to a provincial force. Students who are best friends one day might find themselves enemies the next.
Reen.
I don't think that's going to happen in Class
I'm
7.
sorry. I didn't mean to kill your happy mood like this. But I'm sure you're well aware of what may lie ahead. That we're teetering on the brink of an era of upheaval.
I'm aware.
Does this have something to do with the issues in Crossbell I've been hearing about?
Yes, amongst other things. It seems as though everyone on the continent is ready to go to war with everyone else.
All the pieces are aligning for a very terrible end.
But that's why it's so important that we're able to stand strong no matter what happens. Though, judging by how well Class 7 has performed on their field studies, I'm sure you'll all be fine in that regard. Here's hoping that I get the chance to help you out again sometime.
I'm sure that will be the
Even
case.
if I'll have to be careful not to draw the ire of that instructor of yours while I'm doing so.
I'm just glad to know that you have her back. Thank you for that.
You're quite well. Please, excuse me a moment.
Always business.
Yes, Revelt speaking. Mm-hmm. What?
What's going on?
And you're certain of this? Understood. I'll return at once. Yes, I will escort them back to Valflame Palace myself. I'm afraid I have to excuse myself.
Something's going on. All eyes on the courageous.
I'm really sorry, Elise. My brothers requested that we return to Heimdall right away. But as we're going back by car, I thought I'd offer you a ride home. But...
Go with them.
Elise, I think you should go back with them for now. I'll call you later to make sure you're okay.
Well, all right.
It's the smartest move.
Sorry to drop this on you so quickly, Reen. I'm sure someone from the Academy will fill you in shortly.
Fill me in? On what?
If you'll excuse us.
War has started.
We'll be sure to get Elise back to the Academy safely.
I mean, those are the people you want to go. Claire being the Icy Maiden, and obviously Oliver being as good as he is. It's a pretty good escort, along with all these others. Fairly notable.
Reen!
What's happened?
Does anyone have any idea what's going on?
I'm afraid not. I've never seen Father behave like that before.
My mother's the same way. She got a message of some kind and just changed.
Ditto my father. I think it was someone from Heimdall who got in touch with him.
One thing is certain. Something terrible has happened.
My dad turned pale and was gone before I could ask what happened. It sounded like he received a report from Instructor Neidhart, though.
Hold on. Neidhart's supposed to be...
on the Crossbell
border. He was at
border.
Corellia Fortress with the 4th Armored Division on some sort of mission, right?
Speaking of which, has anyone seen Toa or Instructor Sarah?
What are they going to announce?
Students and visitors, I cannot thank you enough for your attendance today. I hereby proclaim the 127th Thor's Military Academy Festival complete.
And what now?
But I am afraid I must announce this with a heavy heart, as we have just received word from the Imperial government that this evening, Garrelia Fortress, which rests on the eastern border of the Empire, has been destroyed.
By the Mecha, remember?
No. Destruction is an inadequate word. An unknown weapon has erased the fortress in its entirety from existence. I would ask that all of our guests, from that region or otherwise, please try to remain calm.
Trails of Cold Steel. Whew. It's a lot. As you move to the 30th of October. In the days that followed, tension gripped the nation like never before. Garrelia Fortress annihilated. Photo of the gaping chasm left where Garrelia Fortress once stood made the Imperial Chronicles front page. The sight of the aftermath was enough to fill the citizens with a sense of an inescapable dread. All the while, unconfirmed reports that several armored divisions had attempted to invade Crossbell had begun to spread. And in every one of these reports, the message was the same. They were being repelled almost effortlessly. Erebonia was starting to feel the effects of the IPC's acid freeze too. Things didn't look too good for the economy. As things stood, it was only a matter of time before we faced a spike in corporate bankruptcies and record unemployment. Faced with this crisis, the Imperial government and the officials in Heimdall began working on the remedy to the situation. Rumours were also spreading that Erebonia's longtime enemy, the Calvard Republic, had thrown its weight behind Crossbell. With the fortress that had once served to safeguard the Empire gone, many speculated that invasion was only a matter of time. Milliam's missing. As is Crow.
I can't take this anymore! Where is she? Homeroom was supposed to start ages ago.
Some things are bigger than just homeroom.
I'm not surprised she's late. The instructors are probably all busy trying to figure out what to do.
That seems more than likely. This morning's meeting has already blown past its normal ending time.
It's still hard for me to believe all of this is really happening. Having been there, the idea that Garrelia Fortress just vanished is difficult to comprehend.
Not all of it, I heard. There are still some parts left and almost untouched. But Instructor Neidhart making it out of there alive was nothing short of a miracle, though.
Interesting.
Those huge railway guns were part of the section that's gone, too.
I mean, I'm not surprised someone wanted to get rid of them.
If I hadn't seen the pictures, it'd be kind of hard to believe.
What kind of weapon is even capable of doing something like that? I find myself doubtful that any human could create something so powerful.
Like the weapon we've got in the old schoolhouse?
We just don't know. All we do know is that it's impossible to make a weapon that powerful even with today's most advanced orbital technology.
And yet here we are, with just such a weapon in the hands of what's always been seen as a mere vassal state. The Imperial Army has their work cut out for them, I'll say that much.
I'm worried about what's going on in the capital, too. It sounds like there have been even more demonstrations going on there these past few days.
Down with Crossbell, they say. Point our guns towards the east. Is there even any truth to those rumors that Calvard's planning an invasion?
I'm pretty sure it's all nonsense. But considering how there have been tensions between us and them for years, people are just more inclined to believe it.
That's true.
Rumors are just that.
We need to be careful not to be misled by half-truths and speculation. If possible, we should find out exactly what's happening for ourselves.
Yeah. Over the year, we've seen how things are across the Empire with our own eyes. And now's as good a time as any to put that knowledge to use.
Well said. We've had quite the education in getting to the truth behind all the headlines.
That seems to have been a running theme of most of our field studies.
Still, we seem to be missing 2 of our illustrious members.
Milliam, you gotta understand why she's gone.
Well, there's nothing strange about Crow's habitual truancy. Or did he already transfer back to his original class?
No. He said he was going to be with us through the end of the month. As for Milliam, though, I'm not sure.
You don't think it's something to do with the intelligence division, do you?
I mean, that doesn't seem that crazy to me. But there we go.
Well, she is an agent of theirs.
It's kind of easy to forget that, given how she usually is.
It does concern me that none of us have seen her.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
What's the plan, Sarah?
Oh, instructor.
Are we starting homeroom?
Not today, I'm afraid. All classes have been canceled. You can either stay here in the building and study until school's out, or go back to the dorm.
So wait.
Has something happened?
Not yet, but it will. Chancellor Osborne's going to be addressing the nation from Dreikel's Plaza at noon. It's set to be broadcast across the entire Empire.
A national address?
Sounds pretty serious. And given the timing...
Indeed. It's not hard to imagine what's on his agenda.
We, of course, kind of already know what's about to happen.
Come on, guys. Straighten up. You're students of Thor's Military Academy, and that makes you all cadets. Whatever careers you choose, military or civilian, you need to know how to act decisively in an emergency. So right now, I don't want you to look away from what's happening in the world. I want you to face it straight.
Poignant.
Will do.
You're right. Now's not the time to lose heart.
As for Osborne's speech, apparently we'll be setting up radios in each classroom so the students can listen to the national address. So if you want to follow along, be sure to be back here by noon.
I suppose I might as well listen to it here then.
Same here. I don't even have a radio.
I do, but for something like this, I'd rather not listen to it alone.
Well then, we can all share in the joy of hearing the melodious voice of our esteemed Chancellor. Maybe I should haul in some beer and snacks. That's the only way I'll stay sane through the entire broadcast.
What should we do about Crow and Milliam, though? None of us have seen either of them all day.
Do you know where they are?
Can't say I do. Crow's practically made a career out of playing hooky, but I did see Milliam earlier this morning.
She's making her way.
So she's still on campus?
At least that means she wasn't called away by the intelligence division.
I'd been thinking along those lines, but when I asked her, she just shrugged and said, "No news from the top." Oh, just a little bracer-to-bracer information swapping.
I doubt she wanted off too far.
Yes, but lest you forget,
it's not what she said there, but there you
us
go.
The runaround.
At least it doesn't sound like she's in trouble. We're probably worried over nothing.
We'll just have to tell them we're meeting here at noon if we run into them before then.
Yeah, will do.
I guess everyone's going to check in with their clubs. Looks like I have some free time. Might as well see if I can track down Crow and Milliam. At least it sounds like Milliam is probably somewhere on campus. Crow, though, he could be anywhere. Probably best to check with Toa and George first. Maybe they know something.
Indeed. So, what a day. What a day. So, it's pretty big. Pretty big day indeed. So, we're going to do what they said to do first, which is to head down towards... We could give them peculiar dishes, but that's not... These Septorians we know about, of course. It's pretty goddamn big. So we got one profile to get. Are you Lambert? You are indeed. Nothing shall keep him from his horse. Okay. We're not going to be doing New Game Plus. Unless I decide to replay this game a long time. So, I'm not going to sell everything. But what we should do is go speak in with Toa first. See how she's doing.
Oh, Reem.
I figured I could find you here.
Yep. The student council will be passing out radios for every classroom, so I'm trying to figure that out at the moment. Are you guys planning on listening to the Chancellor's statement too?
How could we not? He's supposed to be addressing the entire country after all.
Yeah. Whatever it's about, it's going to be something big. I don't think anyone could have imagined the relationship between Crossbell and Erebonia going south like this.
I mean, you probably could.
I sure hope Angie's okay. What with all of this political turmoil right now.
Toa.
Sorry about that. I'm the student council president. I need to stay focused on what's going on right here, right now. Angie would laugh at me if she could see me getting distracted over her anyway.
She'll probably
That's
love
right.
it, to be fair.
We've got to focus on getting through this. Still, don't try to take on more than you can handle. I'm not the only one ready to give you a hand if you need it.
Will do. Thanks. Oh yeah, why were you looking for me in the first place?
See if she's seen Milliam
Right.
or Crow.
I almost forgot. Do you have any idea where Crow might have gone?
Crow? Nope, I'm afraid not. He didn't mention that he had to go anywhere when I talked to him yesterday, at least.
Was yesterday the last time you saw him?
Yeah, he was giving me back some of the stuff he borrowed from me since graduation's getting so close. That was nice of him, but then he gave me everything he borrowed from Angie, too.
Oh god, what's he planning?
It's only polite to give back the stuff you borrowed in person. Now it's more work for me.
Well, that's a very Crow thing to do.
It seems kind of bad.
I'll keep asking around and find out if anyone knows where he's gone.
Sounds like a good idea. Oh, but make sure you're back in your classroom by noon, okay?
Of course.
We will, of course, be back in the room at some point. I don't know if him giving all of the stuff's actually a good indicator that everything's okay. That feels like there's some more shit to go terribly, terribly wrong. But we won't bring that up for now. Let's head to George. See what he has to say. I do also have the Zamorian ore to use, which I'm going to use. Speak to him.
I still can't believe there's a weapon out there powerful enough to level Gorelia Fortress like that. I didn't think you could get much more powerful than those railway guns.
Yeah, having seen the railway guns in person, I can hardly believe it myself.
It's pretty
There
big.
are rumors that whatever that weapon is, it's managed to fend off the armored divisions several times, too.
Still, I can't help but wonder what the Chancellor's gonna say in his national address. Whatever it is, I have a feeling that it's gonna shake up some things around here. This is a military academy after all.
Yeah, this would be the first place you
Who
would sort
knows?
recruits.
You might even see active duty. Even as an engineer, I doubt they'd make an exception for me. Could be that my lazy days tinkering with orbital bikes are numbered.
Don't say that, George.
Well, no point stressing out too much about the future till we're there. Didn't mean to be a downer about it. Go on and listen to the broadcast, but don't worry yourself too much. This country may go through a lot in the coming years, but ultimately, we have a say in our future.
That's a good way to look at it. I don't want to look away from what's happening. We have to be aware of our present to take charge of our future.
Very true.
But anyway, you wouldn't happen to know where Crow is, would you? He hasn't shown up to class today.
Crow? Can't say that I do. He came by yesterday with a box of things he'd borrowed from me, but he never mentioned having any plans today.
Dang. Anyway, I'll keep asking around to see if anyone else knows where he is.
Well, knowing Crow, he's probably just wandering around somewhere. Just keep looking around and I'm sure you'll run into him.
I don't know. I feel like we're about to learn something fairly big about Crow. I feel like some sort of bombshell is going to be hit. Is he going to be a member of Ouroboros? That wouldn't surprise me. Right. Into here we go.
Nothing out of the ordinary is... We kind of ended up pushing it to the back of our minds, what with the way things have been going in Crossbell. Huh? It's unlocked. I wonder wonder if someone's already inside. George is in the engineering building right now, so it can't be him. If any of the students just idly wandered in here, they'd be in real danger. I should probably take a look inside, just in case.
Definitely a good
I checked
idea.
around inside of the old schoolhouse, but there didn't seem to be anyone around. But all the same, I didn't want a chance leaving anyone down there, so I decided to check the 7th floor.
Makes sense. And here she is.
Milliam?
What do you know?
Oh, Reen! Come to take a sneak peek too?
Is this where you've been the whole time? You do know we have class, right?
Oh. Dang, I knew I was forgetting something.
Honestly.
I think this
So, what's piqued your interest?
is what's going to be used to fight the Septorian.
It doesn't look like this thing has anything in common with Erebonia.
But it does with the Septorians.
I don't know. I can't shake the feeling that it might, at least a little. Not the same, but like they share some kind of underlying principle.
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
I guess you wouldn't really understand without being connected. But now it makes sense why Gramps asked me to keep an eye on this place, though. I had no idea there'd be something this cool down here.
Wait a minute.
Was that the direct order?
Are you talking about Chancellor Osborne? Did he know there was something like this here?
Not really sure. He just asked me to keep an eye on the building itself, and said to let him know if anything unusual happened. Whoopsie! That was supposed to be confidential.
She does like to reveal military secrets. A lot.
So, the Chancellor has an interest in our quaint old schoolhouse, does he? We did just find out that Captain Claire is a Thor's graduate, but...
It's a lot
Hey,
more.
what you thinking about?
Say, Milliam, was investigating the old schoolhouse the reason you enrolled at the academy?
Well, sorta, but it was more of a side thing. There was a more important reason, but that kinda stopped being a concern. So I guess it's just this now.
What's
Something more important than this?
What is
Not
it?
sure what she's getting at. Doesn't sound like she's trying to hide something important from me, though.
Oh yeah! It's almost time for Gramps' speech, isn't it? I guess I should head back and listen to him drone on.
Oh, so you already knew about that?
Of course she
We
does.
were all planning to listen in the classroom.
Sweet! I'll just listen with you guys then. What are we waiting for? Let's go!
Nothing keeps you down for long, does it?
So what was her main mission?
Oh, yeah. You haven't seen Crow around anywhere, have you?
Huh? Nope. Is he cutting class too?
Well, he's probably just hiding out somewhere on campus. None of the others have seen him, though. I wonder if he went into town.
Huh. Maybe. Wanna try looking around, Trista? I'll come with you.
Sounds like a good idea. If he's not on the school grounds, chances are he's somewhere in town.
Very
All
very
right,
true.
Let's see if we can find him.
This thing's gonna fuck up some Septorians. Well, we know we already defeat them with Lloyd and co. Spoilers, sorry. But yes, interesting. Very interesting. We're gonna exit the old schoolhouse. And what we're going to do is we're gonna head into Trista. We're gonna check the dorms. Crow's room is probably the best shout. But damn. It feels like that Septorian's going to be linked to Reen somehow.
Okay, so are we gonna track down Crow?
We certainly are.
Might as well. I guess we should start with the dorms first. Maybe Sharon knows where he's gone.
Okie dokie.
We're not going to check out the dorm straight away. We're actually going to try and leave Trista, apparently, in order to get the... Okay, apparently not. We're going to head straight to dorm.
Oh, I wasn't expecting to see either of you back so early. Welcome home.
Hello again, Sharon.
We're back!
Oh, it seems all of your classes have been cancelled today. I heard from Lady Sarah that you would be remaining on the campus, though.
Indeed.
Well, that was the plan. Say, Crow hasn't been back here, has he?
Master Crow? Well, actually, he just returned a short while ago.
Oh,
Where's he been?
Indeed. However, I don't believe he stayed long. It seems he was here just long enough to go to his room, then he left again.
Sounds like we just missed him. Maybe he forgot something here and came back to pick it up?
I don't know. Should
Let's
we
go
check his
see.
room just in...
Yeah, might as well while we're here.
Well, if you need anything, just let me know.
Oh god, I'm kind of nervous. What's gonna come of Crow? What's gonna become of Crow? It's completely cleared.
Looks like he did go out then. Still, don't you think his room's awfully tidy? I mean, for Crow.
Well, he was supposed to be moving out of here fairly soon. He must have been doing some cleaning. Anyway, it's almost noon. I guess we just have to head back to the classroom empty-handed for now.
Yep, it's almost time for Gramps' speech. Still, I wonder where Crow went.
Yeah. There's nowhere else around here I haven't checked, is there?
We should check the actual room, see if he left a note. Note? Any note anywhere? Note? Is there a note? Apparently not. I don't like this. I wasn't expecting anything with Crow. What's happening? No, we like Crow. We really like Crow. Okay. We're gonna head back. Actually, no, we're not. We exchange. None of these I really want. I want to get some more celestial bombs. Just in case, because it feels like something's probably going to happen. Let's head back to the school area for now.
Oh, it's you.
Patrick.
Patrick, what are you doing here? I thought you would have gone back home.
Well, we don't have any classes today, so I was just resting in my room. Sure, I've been told to return home, repeatedly at this point. But as a member of the four great houses, what dignity would I have were I to turn tail and run home at a time like this? Don't underestimate me, Schwarzer.
Oh, wow.
Wouldn't dream of it. Is Class 1 planning on listening to the national address too?
They must be.
Personally, I can't stand the man, but we are in the middle of a national crisis. Those of us who elected to remain at the Academy are having a radio set up to hear the broadcast together.
Right.
You've got some strange classmates, though. Especially that second year. I know Heimdall's not all that far from Trista, but I'm not sure why he'd bother going to hear the speech in person.
Oh, interesting.
What are you talking about?
That Crow fellow. I met him outside the station this morning.
Huh, really?
Oh my god, was it Crow who shot down the thing with the sniper?
Oh, he didn't tell you? When I inquired, he said
Oh my
he wanted
god.
to hear the Chancellor's speech
Sorry.
in person.
Huh.
Is he going to kill
I
the
wouldn't
Chancellor?
expected him to suddenly take an interest in politics. Well, at least we know where he went now.
I haven't a clue what you're babbling on about. Anyway, it's almost noon now. Shouldn't you be running along? You'll miss the broadcast.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Let's get going, Milliam. Everyone else is waiting in the classroom.
Okay.
Trails of Cold Steel. It's going to be a bit of a bumper episode. Sorry, I don't know when to cut. Maybe here's the best place to cut. We'll hear the national address next time. If you've enjoyed this, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys then. Peace.